Well, Merab, it's quite rare that we have the chance to take a look back and reflect on the incredible things that we accomplish in a year. But we cannot end 2024 without talking about Noche UFC. It's a night that changed sports and entertainment forever. It changed the way that we think about live production of sports. But for you, it really changed your life too. So the first question has to be, how has life been as Bantamweight Champion of the world?
For sure, my life is changed, and now forever I will be UFC champion. No one can take this one from me, and I'm so happy and I'm grateful for everything. And talk about Noche UFC. Once Dana White announced it was going to happen at the Spear, I'm sure every UFC fighter's dream was to fight there, And of course, I was one of the fighters who was dreamed to fight there, and I was making all the skits. To me, I wanted to fight at the Spear and on Noche UFC and on Mexican's Independence Day, and I was making so many skits with fake Sean O'Malley. You guys know that. I find the guy who looked like exactly Sean O'Malley, and that was my dream fight, to fight. First time for the belt at the Spear, Noche UFC, and but like 2 months before, when short time was left, I was like skeptical. I'm like, I will never fight. I was thinking to I will. It's no way to I'm gonna fight there, and then I was thinking to maybe I guess I'm fighting next event. But 2 months before, I got call from UFC, and they told me, Merab, congratulations, you got what you wish for. You're fighting on Noche UFC at the Spear, main event against Sean O'Malley for UFC Bantamweight belt, and I was so happy. Like that day, I was so excited, and next day I was so professional, and yeah.
When they wrapped the belt around you, there was a couple of seconds of maybe disbelief, or maybe you remembering that it was for the Bantamweight title, and then we saw so much emotion from you. But now it makes sense that in that first couple of seconds you were kind of just like looking around.
Right.
And then you were like, oh, I'm the champion.
Right, yeah, fight was over, fight was finished, done, and I win, and I win, and I was cool, like I was shaking my coach's hands, everything. And yeah, I forget it was for the belt, I don't remember anymore. But I know I was winning, I was cool, and I was happy, but I was normal. But when I felt the belt on me, and wow, this is actually mine. I actually earned this, I actually win this. All this year, all this hard work finally pays off, and this is mine. Like, even before I win the belt, I wasn't even taking pictures with the UFC belt. I wasn't even touching it, because I was just dream, but I was working for my dream to get one day, and then I'm glad that I'm one of the guys who can say I was UFC champion one day, because one day we all know this will end. I'm gonna move to the next career, next life. Like maybe family, whatever I will do, but I always will be UFC champion. That was a big moment for sure.
Yeah, that one will live on forever.
Right.
So and we know that there was actually a lot of work that went into the days leading up, the months really leading up to Noche. There was a lot of extra media attention and a lot of extra things that you had to do. How did that make preparing for this fight, the biggest fight of your career, right, maybe more difficult, or maybe it taught you that you were kind of made to be a champion? You handled all of the obligations really well. Right. We didn't really see it have an impact on the way that you trained. Right. So when you look back to all of the extra stuff you had to do, what was the biggest thing that you learned about yourself?
I think biggest thing was I even become more professional, because when you're fighting like main event, UFC Noche, a lot of attention at the Spear. Of course, there is lots of media, a lot of interview, a lot of attention, but you have to balance training and all the interviews, and then whatever it takes. I think I come even more professional, and yeah, now I'm even relaxed for my next fight because yeah, it's like I used to it. So when people was asking me how you gonna fight at the spear, because all the lights, all the screen, all different views, and it's different than usual. It's gonna affect you, I think. I said no, it's not gonna affect me. If it's affect me, it's gonna affect my opponent too, because we are both in the same situation, and all I have to do is just focus on my opponent. And I mean, this is beautiful view. It's incredible, everything. But I'm not gonna watch this way. I'm gonna focus my opponent, and that's how I did. And same thing. I was actually happy. Yeah, I see, of course, the people and like everything was like unusual. But yeah, like I said, I was focused on my opponent. I was focused on win. I even forgot I was fighting for the belt. And when I win, then I was holding belt, top of the cage, and looking in the spear from inside. That was amazing, and these pictures always will be in my memories, and I will never forget that moment.
So I think it's safe to say that 2024 was the year of Mexican Merab,
Yeah.
as everyone on social media kind of took to calling you. But
Right.
for fans that maybe didn't follow this whole saga from the beginning, it started when you fought Henry Cejudo,
Yes.
really. And I believe you said that you were more Mexican than him, right?
Yes.
So where did that come from? Because obviously you have to be a little bit in touch with the culture
Right.
to claim that.
I always love country Mexico, and I have so many Mexican friends, and I've been in Mexico multiple times, and I have so much respect for people and country because they are passionate people, tough people, hard worker people, and you know, I think very similar to my country, and I feel big connection with them, and but so everything started from when I see the video Henry Cejudo say, "I will never represent Mexico," even he's from Mexico. His parents from Mexico. He grew up as a Mexican. Even he born in U.S. But and in UFC, I understand when he was Olympic game, I understand you have to represent one country. You represent country, but in UFC, we know Cain Velasquez. He born also here in US, but I know him as a Mexican fighter, and I'm proud, and I give him so much respect because he represents. He's not forgetting where he's come from, because even my friend Aljamain Sterling, he born in US, but he's from Jamaica, and he represents Jamaican flag because he grow up in US as a Jamaican, you know, and so when I see the Henry say I will never represent Mexico, I was mad actually, because that's not right thing, and when he start making fun of me, I'm like, okay, you wanna do that? Then okay, I'm gonna make fun of you. Like, why don't you represent Mexico? And then if you don't represent Mexico, then I'm gonna represent Mexico. I said I'm more Mexican. You know? I said Mexican people deserve to represent Mexican flag, and I'm gonna make Mexico proud. And I was going on, and I'm gonna make Mexico proud. Since I said this, the crowd, they give me so much support, love and noise, and wow, I was even shocked. I was even surprised how much support and love came from people from Mexico, and even all the people, because that was, I think, the right for everyone. Everyone realized, and since then I came adopted Mexican, and even I don't know if you saw video. I was even before the fight. I was in some couple days I spent in Mexico training in boxing. I was picking some Mexican boxing style and stuff like this, and I eating Mexican tacos and enjoy there. Yeah. So that's how it came everything together.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Spending some time in Tijuana and doing that boxing training before Noche kind of helped you really get in touch with this adopted culture of yours, right? Did you feel any of that when you entered the octagon?
So we know that Noche UFC, it was for Mexican fighters, and sometimes two Mexican fighters was fighting each other, or one list has to be. I think the only main event I know, not from original Mexico, but I was more feeling good because at least I spent time in Mexico. I was eating Mexican tacos and I was training there, and I have so many Mexican friends and love and whatever. And I was, when I go there, I was feeling too I'm Mexican too. And then, to be honest, I wanted to fight like as a Mexican. That they fighting like hard style. They really fight hard, but. And when Sean's coach start cheating, and he was trying to make me emotional, and he tried to coaching me and stuff like this, and I'm like, I changed to as a gamer, I'm like, okay, let me beat this guy, let me win this belt, and they don't deserve to fight as a Mexican style. I'm gonna beat them smart way, because Mexican style fight, it's a risky, it's like especially against O'Malley, he hits hard. So I'm like, so that was all thing was going in my head and everything, but as you guys see, when I was walking, I was happy, and people showed me so much love, support, and it was one happy fight day, and I'm glad. Then I fought there, and I was main event, and people has a great memory, and then even today they telling me how great was event and how everything was so bright, beautiful, and incredible experience, and. I'm happy that was history, and then I'm happy that, and I'm part of this history, and I think it was the biggest gate, even better than Conor McGregor than Khabib. So, and I'm like, okay.
Well, you had a big part in that.
Yes.
Well, you just mentioned really that you see some similarities in Georgian culture and Mexican culture and the way that you fight. When you think of how important it is for people everywhere to have something to look up to have something to work toward, how important was this night to play out the way that it did, where all of the fights from top to bottom were incredible? It was crazy.
Right.
To have Mexican Independence Day on display in an event as big as this one, and for it to go off the way it did perfectly.
Right.
How important was that for it to play out the way that it did for any culture, but really Mexican culture?
I think it was very important because we all know so many Mexican immigrants lives in US, and I was working construction, and all the Mexicans was building all these houses, and they do all the hard work, and just general, I think all the immigrants, we have to look up how hard worker are Mexican immigrants, and now how to UFC respect country Mexico, and then UFC has a Noche UFC, and they make on pay-per-view, and then now every year will be something incredible on Noche UFC, and then I think all the different countries, we have to look up to this, and I think it's motivation for us to just work like Mexican works and do good things. And I think in US doesn't matter where you're from, long as you work hard, you are a good citizen, and doing good things, you will get appreciation, and that's what we saw on Noche UFC on Mexican Independence Day, and I think everything turned out good, and that was great memory. I think like millions of people watched this in TV, and that was great memory for everyone. That was something special, and very important for sure for motivate all the hard worker people.
Global sport, global company. If we could find a way to highlight every culture in the way that we did with Noche, I think that would be kind of like a side point of the sport, right? To put on display the incredible athleticism of you fighters, but also to, in doing so, kind of give people a look into different cultures, what it's like to grow up in Georgia and become UFC Bantamweight Champion of the world. That in itself is an inspiration to many. So I think you were able to really connect with people that needed the representation, and we went out and did that. And so it made sense for you to be at the top of that, which leads me to your ability to connect with people, regardless of language barriers, maybe cultural differences. You have this really rare gift that allows you to connect with people. Maybe you're being funny, maybe it's just a genuine conversation you have with someone, but you have an ability to connect with people all over the world. How does that make you a better champion?
Yeah, of course, I'm same guy, like you said, same guy in the gym, same guy outside, but people recognize this and they show me so much love. They see hard work, and also, UFC give us all this opportunity because, I was fighting small shows. I was same guy, but nobody knew me. Now I'm fighting UFC. I'm same guy, but now world know about me, and then so to get respect from people, get love from people, of course makes you better, of course make you as a better person, and I wanna of course give them back love and respect, and just try to keep up good work, and of course I wanna represent UFC good, and I wanna represent all the hard worker people good, and like I said, I wanna give them good energy, and then just also and motivate young generation, young kids to. I'm regular guy. I'm just normal guy, and I was able to do this. And if you work hard, if you have a dream, and if you work for your dream, you can achieve your dream too, and you can come UFC champion one day if you work hard. And of course, makes me better champion. All the support and love.
Love it. When you think of what lies ahead at UFC 311, how does beating Umar Nurmagomedov in your first title defense define your legacy a little bit more?
Yeah, Umar, he's top opponent and good fighter. He's coming from Khabib Nurmagomedov's family, and we all know Khabib was undefeated, and Umar has also brother. He's fighting another organization, and he's also undefeated. And to put one loss Umar's career, and then the winner will be me. Of course, it will be big for me, and the guy is undefeated, and he has some good wins in UFC, and I beat everybody else in my weight class. Even Peter, he's busy now, and he coming from great win. I already beat him, Then people want this fight happen, and UFC wants this fight, and the fact that I will be come back after I win title, I will fight for my next fight. It will be after 4 months. I think it means a lot. It's quick turnaround, and also I take this fight kind of quick, also like 6 weeks, and I have no excuse. I had so many plans for Christmas, New Year, my birthday, and I was gonna go with Ilya in Spain and enjoy. But hey, you know what? Umar don't want to fight Ramadan? No problem. We will fight for Christmas, New Year, and my birthday. It's okay, no excuse. And I wanna win this fight. And I wanna be busy in 2025. And I'm fighting early this year, January 18, and I just wanna be busy. I know O'Malley wants to come back in April. I think Peter will be ready in March. So maybe fight Peter March. Rematch in April, and whoever will be next contender, I will clean the division again.
This is a relatively short notice turnaround, or a short turnaround for you. So why not do January, March, April?
You know what? That's smart. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's your plan. It's your plan.
Let's go. Yeah, because we don't want February, because February fight is in Australia. I don't want to go there.
It's too long of a flight.
Yeah. I mean, listen. If UFC wants, I'm good.
Well, you might be the first champion to want to fight 4 times in 4 months. So that would be quite the accomplishment.
Yes.
But Merab, we know how hard you worked to get to this point. Like you mentioned, you beat pretty much everyone. Your road to the title was really difficult.
Yes.
Then you claim the title. What do you do on January 18th to make sure that you keep that title?
I'm working hard now every single day. I come from practice, and I have another practice tonight, another like just heavy practice, and just working hard right now. And the fight day, I will just do my best to beat this undefeated guy and make him humble, because I feel, and I'm sure he's just cocky. You know, he's never been defeated before, and he's acting like nobody want to fight with him, and he's something untouchable. And I will show him real level. And then I met him couple months ago, maybe 1 year ago, and then I have a very friendly conversation with him, and you know, I was very respectful, and he told me, "You are old. It's now my time. You gotta go." I'm like, "Bro, what are you talking about? I'm old, but I have experience. You know, it's not like I'm old. I'm old, but that means I've been here this game a long time." And that was kind of disrespectful from him, like to tell me like this. And I wanna to show him levels in this game, and he's good, but I just want to make him humble. And then I want to also show all the doubters, all the Umar's fans. They've been disrespecting me all this time, and on my social media I go, and all I see is Umar's pictures. They keep posting Umar's picture. Bro, okay, I understand. I'm fighting the guy, coming back even shorter than what I was supposed to come, and yeah, all I want to do is just win against him, and that's it. You know, yeah, that's it.
Just win.
Just win. Yeah.
That's all you've had to do the whole time.
Yeah.
That's all you've done anyway.
That's it. Nothing
Well,
else.
Merab, thank you so much for your time. We cannot wait for UFC 311. Best of luck to you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. I appreciate it.